Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Scottish News Network News Report. I'm your host here, King PJ. And today we have a nice, fun issue. And I see we have some. God, I feel like I'm on MSNBC. I have the fans of the news network standing in the window behind me. But today we'll be talking about some of the things that have been happening between members on Scotland, including the mass transphobia that has been being traded between Rosemarkie and Queensferry, right? Helmsdale just getting into more and more beef constantly, and some of the stranger things that have been happening on Scotland today. And we have a few people to be interviewing, including Nikki, a Queensferrian citizen that has been a victim of Chris and his wonderful words, is what we'll say with that, and possibly a builder, depending if not I can drag him by his hair here. But on that note, we'll get right into the interviews. We have the Rumblies. Do you want a good meal, right? Do you want something that's savory and unique that you can't get anywhere else in Scotland? Well, welcome to Edinburgh Pizza. With two locations, one within Ayr and then one within Edinburgh, between the dukedoms of Ayr and Aberdeen, you can come in our front door and get some nice, delicious pizza. So if you'll just follow me, you come through the door, straight back the line, go to the left, through, and up the staircase to the right. And when you get to the top, there's nothing but pizza for the eye to see. Come get some margarita pizza from Edinburgh Pizza. For free. It's all in the house. Take what you need. Feed your friends, feed your family. Nikki, a member of Queensferry, and also the victim of some of the homophobic, transphobic, every type of phobic attacks of Chris of Rosemarkie and Baron of Selkirk and Peebles. Nikki, would you like to say hello?
Hmm.
Hold on. Nikki,
Well,
hello. Are you mentally here with us?
I just had to type up another question to ask.
Okay. Well, you're in an interview, darling.
Right?
All
Well,
right.
start asking
So,
questions.
all right. So, first things first. Do you know what prompted Chris and Sal to launch those verbal attacks at you?
Nope. Well, Sal, it's probably has something to do with them viciously attacking me on my first day in Scotland, and me accidentally killing their horse in self-defense. For Chris, on the other hand, I have no clue. Might just be his hatred towards trans people.
All right. Were you ever going to be aware that you were going to be such a highlighted figure by the Mercer media?
No, I did not. Frankly, I've unsubscribed to their news. I no longer see it, so I don't know what they have been posting about me.
How come you unsubscribed to Mercer Media?
Just too many articles getting sent. Just, I check and I think it's something interesting, and then it's just a screenshot of you and someone in your room.
Oh, what? Yeah, that's average Mercer Media content. Okay, fair enough. I was going to defend them, but now realizing, yeah, no, that's pretty normal Mercer Media. They're like the gossip pages. All right. Next things next. So, we recently observed on the world map a massive wall appearing in Queensferry. Could you give us some context on that at all?
Alright, I'm legally not allowed to, but just so you know, it is big and it is not even halfway done.
That's concerning.
It's probably around a fourth of the way completed. the wall itself. We have plans in the works, many plans.
All right. My next question is how did you end up here in Scotland?
So, Ace, the wonderful Duke of Queensferry, was talking, and I just asked if I could join, and he sent me an invite to join, and yeah, I just joined. I was in Queensferry. I had no other choice being Queensferry, but I don't mind. Queensferry's the best, better than Ayr even. This palace wasn't even built by an Ayr citizen.
All right. You seem very opinionated on things having to be done by the
Yes,
same people.
yes. If you do not build your own kingdom, then what are you doing? You don't deserve to be a duke.
Then what about with what's Ace doing? I think he's built 3 big piss-off towers.
I have no knowledge of that.
He's built 3 big piss-off towers. One outside of Queensferry, one in the waters between Rosemarkie and Queensferry, and then basically chunk aired an entire mountain to build up just a straight tower.
Uh, well, so the chunk error to build the tower that is actually a defensive position for fort, and it has helped us in many times to plan out how we will attack and defend if need be.
The fort's in the middle of nowhere, Nikki.
But it has helped us plan out how we will attack and defend different forts along the map. As for the tower right outside of Queensferry, that was not built by Ace. Are you talking about the big black one? The big black castle, otherwise known as the BBC?
Okay, yeah, that sounds like some Detroit quality shit. All right, there we go. There's the
That is
Detroit
that,
levels.
that is that is not actually Ace. That is one of our other members, Mountain. He's a wonderful guy. Thoroughly enjoyed talking to him. And any more questions?
Nope. That's mine.
All right. May I ask some questions now?
Sure.
So I've noticed during the interview you had with my wonderful friend Happy Face that there is a seemingly influx of unbreaking 3 margarita pizzas scattered around air. Would you mind explaining why those are there and what purpose they serve to the overall nation of Scotland?
Ah, you're allowing me to advertise. So Edinburgh Pizza, one of the oldest pizza shop and restaurant in Scotland, and founded in the wonderful town of Edinburgh, has been slowly expanding, and there's a location right down the street from the palace, right? Pizza's handed out for
Okay.
free,
All right.
and it
All right.
feeds the
All right.
people of Scotland.
All right. May I ask why they have to be unbreaking 3?
That's
Is
just
that
what
just to
happened.
separate?
That's just what happened.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. Second question. Yesterday, we heard from a source that you forced a young woman attempting to offer her services to clean your palace into your slave plantation. She only got out by doing a Donald Trump impression. Is this true?
I don't know.
Hmm. All right.
There's a lot of
Third question
media,
I have.
like the Mercer pages, as you said, a lot of gossip.
This was directly from the young woman who requests not to be named.
Okay. Next question.
Number 3, are the rape fan fictions you read yesterday to the people of Scotland true, or are they just made up?
It comes right into the word that you just used, fan fiction. Scotland has a really weird fucking literature culture. I've been trying to change it for like more historical writings and that, and that's the reason why the Air Publishing Company has been publishing so many history books. But
All right.
that route of fan fiction is definitely still there. And I know 3 fan fictions that are being written right now, and I don't.
Well,
Oh God,
are they along the same lines, or are they a bit more wholesome?
it's Scotland.
All right. And then final question, why is the member Chris still allowed in Scotland after the countless rape threats, homophobia, racism, and transphobia to multiple members of the server?
He's currently in what I like to call jail. He's not talking to anybody, and he's in a cell. We're hoping that he fixes his shit. Otherwise, he'll be going back to what I like to call the hole.
All right. Well, that is it.
All right. Well, we'll be taking you over to the happy face interview now. Have it off. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Well, now we're here with Happy Face of Queensferry. And Happy, go ahead and say hello to the entire Scottish population.
Hello, it's me. I'm the only Scottish person in this place other than Scrub.
All
Is
right.
that?
Well, we just have a couple of questions here for you on the SNN. First, what do you think of your Duke, Ace?
Ace. I think for the job he's doing right now as well, but sometimes he can be a bit unorganised. But then again, he has a lot of pressure and a lot of expectations to live up to, so I don't complain him. I don't judge him for it.
Right. Also, recently, a bunch of cartographers that we have here within the capital have noticed a massive wall slowly appearing in central Queensferry. Do you have any remarks to make on that?
I mean, it is what it is. It's just a big wall. We have big plans coming, so
There's
stay
been
tuned at
whispers.
least.
There's been whispers that you're moving the capital. Do you have anything to say on that?
I have no clue what's going on right now. Ace's decisions aren't entirely concrete, so plans are
Alright.
still changing.
Then my next question is, how about like Queensferrian military? There's a lot of people, and there's a lot of talk throughout all of Scotland that you guys pulled people out of like PvP servers and shit to bolster your ranks.
Listen, Queensferry has been for shit for town for long enough. I think it's about time for it to change. And frankly, I think people are starting to realise that. Don't you think?
Fair enough. I approve. I like that answer. All right. My last question before you get to counter question me.
Alright,
What
go
is your
ahead.
opinion on the Dukedom of Rosemarkie?
Rosemarkie. Well, currently I've not had any personal issues with him, but seeing as tensions have been rising, I'm unsure about how they've been doing.
All right.
Any other questions?
Nope. But that was a strange draft that rolled through here.
Yeah, that was strange.
Yeah.
That was very strange.
Do you have any questions to redirect to me?
Yeah, so what's up with the slave plantation? Can you give me an explanation of that?
Yes. What's it called? So, within Scotland, we have how do I want to put it? A situation that occurs where we'll occasionally have a group that loses a war or something else like that, and they need some type of punishment that isn't their execution. Because we're not too fond of executing people in Scotland, but some people do get it. So, what's the next best thing to executing somebody?
So, someone joined.
Unpaid labor.
Right, unpaid labor. Well, to me, it seems more like a concentration camp. If that's the case, you basically just defined a concentration camp. This isn't a slave plantation.
It's PJ's plantation.
PJ's plantation, where prisoners of war go.
Yeah.
Doesn't that seem a bit like? All right then. Right, next question. What's your opinion on the capital of air using border blocks or barriers to defend itself from other threats?
It's if you go back to the first news report where the Capitol wall was mentioned, it showed clearly as the wall was being constructed. That's all I can say.
And for use of deny blocks have entrance. Anything to say about that?
Multiple cities have access to deny blocks. Air is not the only one.
Yeah, I've also noticed this place, in some places, has access to deny blocks as well. Like, most of the outer walls of this palace has deny blocks as well.
Yep. This isn't
Right,
the only city
next
that has
question.
deny blocks.
Next question. What's your opinion on how fit amount of Scottish people there are in this server?
I don't control who joins.
There's only 2 Scottish people in this server. How do you feel about that?
Wish there was
Well,
more.
two
There isn't, though.
active ones. Yeah, isn't it? It is quite ironic, to be honest.
Yeah.
The server being named after Scotland, and only 2 people actually coming from the place it's named after.
I think it's
That's
more
quite
of
funny.
just a mutual hate of English people. Because that's how this server was founded. Just hate of English people.
In that case, you know what? Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah.
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 We're
Right.
all
Next
we're all
question.
united by a common cause, the hate of English.
You know, that's understandable. Okay, I'm gonna throw a question back at you if you asked me. What's your opinion on Rosemarket?
My son runs it. That's it. That's all I can say.
Alright, understandable. What about Aberdeen?
Aberdeen, it's the most historic dukedom. I used to run over the entire place, but I'm now here in my ivory palace.
Okay, next question. I've noticed that many places there isn't much cities in there compared to other places. Why is that?
It's one of the youngest dukedoms.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Eh,
right. Queensferrians can have more.
okay. Helmsdale still has 3 cities, and it was founded back in what, 2021.
You know what? Fair enough. How much cities does the air have?
Off the top of my head, I think it's 7.
7, that's not bad. Wait.
And they have the
What
third
other
most
cities?
dukedom points. So I don't know what you guys are doing, but you guys have the least out of every dukedom.
We have several unregistered forts, so it'll change soon.
Well then, until they get registered, they're still not dukedom points.
Understandable. What's next?
Are you just going to throw every question that you have in the book?
Pretty much. Might as well drag it on a little bit.
Gonna make this a 30-minute news report. You're gonna turn this into
Why
30
not?
minutes. God damn it.
Is that because you're gonna edit it?
There is no editing on the Scottish News Network.
Ah, I see.
Everything's raw.
What do you think
Raw.
of what do you think of the suit and tie? I got it specifically
Well,
for
we're going to cut the interview here. Well, that was some interesting interviews that we had with Happy Face and Nikki. It definitely was. They're not very experienced with Scottish culture for all those veterans that are here, and for those that are newer, you probably have the same questions. So maybe it was a good thing we let them volley back and forth with us. But we did have to cut the Happy interview because he was going to have us stuck there for 30 minutes with that one interview, and I don't think you guys want to watch for 30 minutes of video. But besides that, we're happy that you decided to tune into today's episode of the Scottish News Network. And I know we have some ads that popped up, and that's how we're now going to start funding the channel. If you're interested about ads, contact PJKiller26 on Discord. And besides that, we'll we hope you have a wonderful day, night, or afternoon, whatever time it is for you. And we will see you next time on the Scottish News.